Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Golden Bachelor's Janette reveals secret text to Sunny and why she really ran off. Golden Bachelor finalist Janette has revealed the truth about what happened moments after Barry Bear Moden told her she wasn't his final pick. The Melbourne Pilates instructor, 61, admitted she went into the final day utterly convinced Bear would choose her, making the rejection all the more shattering and unexpected. "I was sure it was me, and then when it wasn't I thought, how did I ever think that?" she told Nine Entertainment, recalling the surreal moment her confidence vanished. Janette said that she knew something was off the moment she approached him at the mountaintop proposal spot, insisting she saw the truth before he even spoke. "I read your eyes the minute I walked up here," she said, adding that she immediately felt herself shutting down emotionally. According to Janette, she hadn't prepared for any scenario where she wasn't chosen, and the shock left her scrambling to keep it together. As soon as Bear confirmed his heart belonged to someone else, she felt overwhelmed. Her instinct, she said, was to flee from the cameras entirely. "I just wanted to hide somewhere and have my little cry," she admitted, explaining why she abruptly stormed off while Bear tried to speak to her. But behind the scenes, Janette revealed her first message after filming wasn't to Bear. It was to Sunny, the woman he ultimately chose. "I realized in the end she was in love with him, and I wished her well, and I wished them a happy life together and whatever comes from it," she said, explaining that she wanted Sunny to know she held no resentment. Janette added that the pair are still loosely in contact, occasionally exchanging messages or seeing each other at events linked to the show. Reflecting on the experience, she admitted she had no real understanding of how strong Bear and Sunny's connection was until she watched the season back on television. She said she kept her own feelings discreet to avoid intimidating the other contestants, and now believes Sunny did the same. She now feels ready to date again and says she has no regrets about taking part in the show. The Golden Bachelor finale delivered one of the most dramatic showdowns in the franchise's history. Bear made his final choice between Janette and NSW CEO Sunny, 58, during a romantic getaway to South Africa. He struggled through the breakup with Janette, telling her that while she made him feel alive again, he hadn't fallen in love. "I was so nervous about doing this, because you made me feel like I haven't felt in a long time," he told her. "I feel like I could tell you anything, Janette. You deserve a love worth fighting for, and I'm so sorry. It's not with me." Janette, maintaining a stoic exterior, responded, "I'm fine. I read your eyes the minute I walked up here," before cutting him off and leaving the scene in anger. Moments later, she broke down inside a waiting car, telling producers she felt foolish for believing she would be chosen. The episode then shifted to a far more uplifting moment as Bear confessed his love to Sunny, telling her he couldn't imagine a future without her. Sunny, overjoyed, said her dark days were behind her, and Bear presented her with a commitment ring. Reality TV fans love a dramatic moment, but sometimes the real story happens behind the scenes. Recently, whispers started spreading among fans of The Golden Bachelor after Janette suddenly disappeared from a group gathering with Sunny and several other cast members. At first, people thought it was simply an emotional reaction or a misunderstanding. But now Janette is finally opening up, and according to her, the truth is far more complicated. In a heartfelt revelation, Janette shared that the moment everyone saw on the surface was only a small piece of a much deeper story. What fans didn't know was that just hours before she walked away, she had sent several private text messages to Sunny. Those messages, she says, were her attempt to clear the air before everything spiraled out of control. Janette explained that her relationship with Sunny had always been layered with emotion. From the first day they met during filming, she felt there was a unique connection. They bonded over their shared life experiences and their hopes for love later in life. However, like many relationships formed in the spotlight, their connection also came with misunderstandings and outside pressure. According to Janette, the secret texts were never meant to start drama. Instead, they were a last attempt to be honest. "I told Sunny exactly how I felt," Janette revealed. "I didn't want anything to stay unspoken. I thought if I could just explain things calmly, maybe we could avoid the tension that had been building." The texts reportedly included Janette expressing that she felt misunderstood by some of the other women in the group. She admitted that she had begun to feel like her intentions were being questioned, and it hurt more than she expected. Being part of a reality show already comes with intense emotions, but when personal feelings get mixed with public perception, it can become overwhelming. Sunny, according to Janette, did respond, but the conversation didn't go the way she had hoped. While Janette hasn't shared the exact words from Sunny's replies, she hinted that the tone felt distant. Instead of reassurance, she felt like there was a wall suddenly standing between them. "That's when I realized something had changed," Janette said. "The connection we had felt earlier wasn't the same anymore." The moment that fans saw Janette suddenly leaving happened shortly after this exchange. Cameras captured her stepping away quietly, but viewers didn't know that emotionally she had already been struggling for hours. Janette says the decision to run off wasn't dramatic or impulsive. In fact, she described it as the only way she could protect her feelings in that moment. When you're surrounded by people and cameras and emotions are running high, sometimes the bravest thing you can do is step away, she explained. "I needed space to breathe." Many fans initially speculated that Janette left because of jealousy or anger, but she insists that wasn't the case. Her real reason, she says, was disappointment mixed with self-respect. "I didn't want to argue. I didn't want to create a scene. I just felt that if I stayed there, everything might explode emotionally. Leaving was my way of keeping things calm." Interestingly, Janette also revealed that her feelings towards Sunny are not entirely negative even now. Despite the tension, she still believes Sunny is a kind and genuine person. "Sunny deserves happiness," Janette said gently, "even if that happiness doesn't include me." That statement surprised many fans who expected bitterness or resentment. Instead, Janette's tone suggests that she sees the situation as a painful but meaningful lesson. Life after reality TV has given her time to reflect on what happened. She admits that the experience taught her a lot about vulnerability and communication. "When you're older, people assume you have everything figured out," she said. "But love and emotions don't suddenly become simple just because you've lived longer." She also hinted that the pressure of being on television can magnify small issues into major conflicts.